Hey guys, Anna here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. Today we're in the world of Oasis Springs and we're building a two-story family home, it's a 4x2. So this is a particular build where it's very deceiving. From the exterior, it looks a lot smaller than what it actually is. I am so happy with the floor plan on this particular build. I think it's wonderful. I think it's practical. I think the spacing is really good. The bedrooms aren't too small. As I said, we do have 4 of them. So we have a master bedroom downstairs and then another 3 bedrooms upstairs. I believe we have a female teens room, a female child's room, a master bedroom, and a toddler's room. So yeah, really well thought out bedrooms. And I just really love the space. The only thing that I'm not really sold on in this particular build is the exterior. I'm not sure about the color palette I chose, but I really love the interior decorations, the decor, and just the floor plan that I did soldier on with this particular build. I did think about, starting over and demolishing this build several times. But in the end, I kept it and I worked with it, and I am somewhat happy with the final result. The inspiration of this particular build really did come from that red door. And literally, as I was editing this, it's titled Red Door Family Home. So that's how I have identified it. So the red door obviously comes from growing together these little smaller windows that are red. They come from the university pack. And I really liked it. I kind of felt that it was different. It was that pop of color. And I think that in this part of Oasis Springs, there's a lot of color. It's contrasting to the greenery as opposed to the more desert part of the world. But I'm still on the fence as to whether I like the exterior of this build. I do in the end obviously keep it, but yeah, you'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think it's okay? Do you think it's fine? I love the floor plan. I promise you, it's so good. Okay, so we are starting on said floor plan. So you walk in to a open area that is a kitchen and dining. And the staircase is by the front door. You'll see that shortly. And the placement of those stairs, I think, is critical because it allowed to optimize the most space you can. So in that next room over, you have the master bedroom, you have the downstairs bathroom at the end part of this kitchen, which again, brilliant. Brilliant use of placement. It just works. You've got your stairs, you've got your bathroom all in this front section, and then you have a large master and the living room, I believe, wraps around. We've gone with a rounded table today, just because the space had space. The space had space. Well, it did. It fit that kind of shaped table, and yeah, I do move it slightly. I think more to the central part of the space. I've gone with this kind of weird shape wraparound kitchen cabinets and counters. I like it. I think that it's a very open kitchen, and I think that that's okay for like a family home to have that space. I think we add in another window, put in a plant in that corner, and going in with all of our curtains. It looks to be that I use the base game ones in this particular build, as opposed to any of the other ones. I put in a buffet table and then obviously the stairs on the other side. Okay, so this is the upstairs. So we are fitting 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, I believe, in this upstairs. It doesn't look big, but I make it work. And I'm so happy with it. Okay, so yes, I believe we have 2 bedrooms. Yeah. So, okay, so you've got the I'm pretty sure it's a child's room and then the teen room, and then you've got the bathroom and the toddler's room. So that's kind of the layout at the top there. There's also a little study nook as well, which is really quite good. So, yep, at the end of that hall, you've got a bathroom, and then obviously downstairs, you've got a bathroom next to the kitchen. I could go on and on about the floor plan. I just really like the layout and how intentional it is. It just makes sense. So even though I wasn't overly impressed with the exterior, I was just so happy with the interior that I was like, I'm keeping it. I'll put it on the channel. All right, so we've got in with the Basement Treasures wallpaper again, which, yeah, I used a little bit of that last week when we did the Copperdale house, which was kind of more of an older styled family home, which I liked. All right, so we're just mapping out the wallpaper in all of the bedrooms. So I do a really fun kind of teens room in this particular build. It kind of starts off looking super girly like a child's room, but then it ends up being a teens room. It's a bonus content piece. It's a bed that came with Lovestruck, and it was like a mattress. It's on like a little bit of a frame, and it has like a draped blanket, and it looks messy, and I just love it for a teens room. I don't know why. I just think it fits that so well. All right, so we're back outside to finalize the exterior, put in some columns, make sure we've got stairs and railings and all sorts. This is basically the exterior of the build. It's got that pop of color, but I don't know what it is about this exterior. I'm not a fan of it. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below, what is this particular build missing? What would make it, maybe fit better in the space of Oasis Springs? Or do you think it looks good and it's just kind of by creator eyes that just are not happy with this particular build? All right, we are furnishing the living room. So it's a fairly small living room, but it is kind of a small-ish house, I guess. It's just laid out really well. So it's quite a little cozy space. Used a lot of growing together. I love these beanbag chairs that we got with high school years. I tend to use them obviously a lot in family homes, but I need to use them a lot more because I just think that they're great. Especially in rooms, in bedrooms. I don't know why I don't use them enough. So yeah. Put in some family portraits, photo frames for that, and some other clutter on the walls. Just going through all of the catalogue. All right, so we've got a chess table. I believe we also do like a little kids corner as well. I tend to do that in my builds. If I've got space and I'm not sure what to do, sometimes I put some kids toys, and it just makes the space a little bit more functional. Just adding in some chopping boards and some other clutter into the kitchen, some wall hanging clutter. Just really liked this space. We've gone in with the parenting kind of whiteboard. I like that piece. I think it's a nice little nod. It's got a little bit of gameplay to it, which is quite good. And yeah, I don't really get to use this wall hanging piece we got from Growing Together with the suitcases that often, but I really thought that this particular build, it suited. And I absolutely love this kind of worn and kind of semi-damaged bookcase that we got with the Basement Treasures kit. I love it so much. So we've added that in there as well. And we are jumping outside to the exterior. This was where I was trying to, if I was like, if I landscape it a certain way, maybe I'll fall in love with this build. Maybe I'll like it a little bit more. And again, I do. I just feel like it's missing something, and I don't know what. But yeah, so I've gone in with debug because I wanted to make sure that I included some of the items that are in Oasis Springs. So you will see some of that. I did think because this is more the grassed area that it does have a little bit more of a, like floral flowers. You can see also in the neighboring parked area, there's a lot of those pink flowers. I do make sure that I use those pink flowers. My favorite cypress type trees that come from the debug menu, because they're just, the texture of them is really good and the coloring of them is really good. So yeah, we've used some, I don't know what they are. They're like aloe vera plants, I guess, type flowers, and the pink flowers. So we've added those in towards the back. I decided to make the backyard a little bit smaller. We had room, we had tons of room, but I wanted to keep it fairly small. I definitely could have scooted the house forward. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of room at the front, but that's okay. I pretty sure I put in a path. I put in a swing set, which I think works because, you know, I like to do swing sets at the front of the house as well, just to utilize the space. I've gone in with my favorite terrain paint pebbled pathing. I really like this. I think it gives, again, it's another nod for it being that kind of family home and that kind of vibe. This does give me suburbia though. This does give me a little bit like it should be in Willow Creek, which I think that's because that's just naturally how I build. I don't build a lot in Oasis Springs, but I definitely wanted to. And that was why I chose to build in Oasis Springs for this particular build. But I need to do some more, like potentially some modern, or I know because I haven't done enough of that lately, mid-century builds as well. Maybe like a 70s or 80 inspired build in like a mid-century home. I think that'd be really good. We've definitely got a lot of assets now in some of the newer kits that you really could build something of that type of timed era. I think it'd be really cool. All right, so I've just added in some play equipment and the rubbish bin and mailbox. I'm just starting with that outdoor section. So obviously a grill and a seated area. I think this is the picnic table from Cats and Dogs with the umbrella. I like it. It works. And I've gone in with some planter pots and some more seating. These are from the Perfect Patio stuff pack. I like them. Very simple. Again, use a lot of colour, pastels, family vibe. Put in a speaker. I've used the new plaid that comes with the Businesses and Hobbies. I just like it. It's definitely not the kind of decor theme that we're going for, but my builds are very much like that. As I said, I'm generally all over the place. I'll build something modern and put traditional furniture in there. But this build definitely gives me like it's on the same vein as the Copperdale house from last week. So if you haven't seen that build, it is available on the channel. If you like how this is furnished, it's furnished very similar kind of vibe. So yeah, again, the floor plan's great. That was the bathroom, very simple in there. We are now moving into the master bedroom. This is a base game bed. I don't use it that often, but I really love the combination of the beige and the blue. And I just went with a basic blue wallpaper. This is a very standard bedroom. But again, that rug, so this rug, where is it from? I'm trying to think where this rug is from. It's going to escape me. It's not, is it from Life and Death? I don't know. I'm trying to remember where it's from. But it kind of gave that eclectic vibe that I absolutely loved. Like it's got all the colors that are used in the build, but it still looked cozy and kind of oldish. And I've used those bedside table lamps that I really like just to pull more of the orange. And yeah, kept it very basic in here. Don't really use that particular swatch of wallpaper, wall hanging that much, but I've used it there. All right, so the upstairs. So we've got this little window. So I thought, why not put like a chair? I love this chair. This came from Horse Ranch, and I think when that pack launched, like there are just so many items that are so nice. I think the gameplay I don't use a lot of, but if you're a builder, there's so many usable items from that particular pack. So it is one that I recommend. All right, you've got this little nook area. So we put in a computer, and yeah, I just cannot praise the floor plan of this enough. I love it. I think it's so good. All right. I really like these cats and dogs lamps. They fit in with that kind of vintage vibe in a way, which this particular build has. All right, this is a really fun room. So this is like a teens room. I think it leans a little bit more male, potentially. Oh, hang on a minute. We don't have a toddler's room. Or do we? We might do. Maybe I've got this all mixed up because this is a male's teens room for sure. And then there definitely is a female teens room. So maybe there isn't a toddler in this particular build. Yeah, maybe this is the build where I thought I was going to put a toddler in or an infant, and then I changed my mind. So that sometimes happens, but because I really wanted to use that bed, as I said, that bonus content bed that came with Lovestruck. But this is a really fun space. I do end up changing the wallpaper to the more grayish tone, but I really think that the combination of that rug from the Comfy Kish kit and the high school years bed, it just suited so well. All right, yes, so this is a child's room, so there definitely is no toddler in this particular build. Apologies for that. This is simple-ish, I guess. We've gone in with, I don't know, the wallpaper's throwing me. I don't think it pairs very well with the red windows. I think that was the major issue I had with these two bedrooms here, is the wallpaper being what I wanted it to be, but also to be complementary to the red windows, because that was the theme of the build. I wanted to use the red door and the red windows, and just trying to make it complementary in there. So that was a very basic child's room. This is the bed I was talking about that I just feel like screams a teenager. When the pack came out, Lovestruck, that was my first thought on this particular bed. I really liked it. And then this space turned into a kind of girly but kind of grungy type teens room. It's a work in progress, so bear with me. But I really liked it. We put in a ton of posters, and with the bedspread being the way it is, I've made it a bit cluttered. I've also used that phone object that comes with the Basement Treasures kit. I just think that it fits a teens room perfectly. These kind of slashed posters that come from Lovestruck. And then obviously high school year posters. We just got a ton of that kind of stuff with that pack. And it just looks really grungy and cool in there. So I'm really happy with that. All right, we are live in game and we are going through the tour. As I said, you walk in, you have that kitchen and dining. I'm just deleting the high chair because we don't need it. You go into the main bathroom of the house and through to the opened area living room, which then goes into the master bedroom. You go upstairs you've got that study nook in that hallway, into that male's teens room. I just love it in there. It's so cool. That girly child's room, and my favorite room of the house, which is this kind of girly but funky, punky, grungy teens room. That was the upstairs bathroom, and you head outside to like a sitting area. You've got play equipment, you've got a grill, you've got some gardening, you've got your swing set, and that is the build today, guys. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you stay to the end, I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Please consider subscribing if you like what you see and you want to see more. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.